As-Salaam Alaikum, and welcome back to the Brother Ben X Show. Today I'm going to address Poppy, who spoke out against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, and as always and as usual, with several lies. Poppy recently had an interview with Brother Sadnetta on Sadnetta Studios, on Black News 102. Before I get into this, I want to shout out to Brother Sadnetta because he's always defending the Nation of Islam, the Honorable Elijah Muhammad, and the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. It is not that it's biased. It's not that he just likes some of the stuff they do. He's defending it in truth. The lies about Malcolm X, the lies about the Honorable Elijah Muhammad and the so-called young girls, the lies about the minister not doing anything. He always stands firm and defends it because most of it is, well, all of it really is lies. So let's get into what Poppy said. Poppy said that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is a hypocrite. Check out the video.
And this ain't really me taking a shot at Farrakhan, but at the same time it is. Farrakhan had a 1 million man march twice, where over 1 million people came out there. But the last one, all he did was give room and praise to homosexuality on his Obama agenda. And now we all know that you against homosexuality, and the majority of the RBGs is against homosexuality. Islam is all the way against homosexuality. The Bible is all the way against homosexuality. In Old Testament, in New Testament says, if you catch them in the act, the giver and the receiver, to kill both of them. To kill both of them. The Quran in Hadith says, if you catch a man with another man or a woman with another woman, take them to the highest mountain and throw them off. So Louis Farrakhan, according to the Bible and the Quran, is a hypocrite. And I can use his book, the Quran, and the Bible to prove he's a hypocrite.
So he talked about the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan being a hypocrite because of he supports homosexuality. Number one, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has never supported homosexuality. As he has said, his mission is to save all black people. He said he loves all black people.
And I think it's a known fact that quite a few of the people who have been brought to the Nation of Islam have discovered their righteousness while incarcerated in a prison. And one of the things that most males, and now I understand from the news that's coming out, a lot of females have to deal with, is homosexual relations in prisons. How can they serve the Nation of Islam? And does the fact that a man is a homosexual have anything to do that would negate his coming into the nation and being dealt with by the Nation of Islam?
Let me say this, my dear brother, and to you and our viewing audience. The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has been raised up by Allah not to condemn our people, but to reclaim the fallen black man of America. No matter what we are engaged in now, we can be changed from that state into a better state. And for us to say that we will take this one but leave this one off, who are we to pass that kind of judgment on our brothers and sisters? We know the question should be asked, whence came this perversion or this deviation? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has caused us to see and understand that when Allah created this universe, He created everything in the universe to obey a law. The sun obeys the law under which it is created, the moon, the stars. This planet, Earth, obeys the law of its creation. And what we see in the creation is that no creature deviate from the law under which it is created. The planet moves in its orbit, not disobeying the law one fraction of a second. So teaches Messenger Muhammad, and the astronomers can bear him witness. I don't care where you find an ant on the planet, a bee, a bird, a fowl, fish, they all obey the nature in which they're created. Man is not created to deviate from a certain nature in which he's created. The planet Earth is created to incline to the plane of its orbit 23 degrees 30 minutes. The planet inclines to the plane of its orbit. This is a natural inclination or leaning. Man by nature is inclined to and leans toward the female. And the female by nature leans toward the male. Now we want to know whence came this deviation. Whence came this perversion? The Honorable Elijah Muhammad has said to us that it was not until a made man came to our planet, a man that was made 6,000 years ago, made from the original man, but made opposite to the nature of the original, made to deviate from the natural way of God and man, made an opposer of the natural way. So naturally, if a man is an opposer of a natural way and deviates from the natural course, his whole lifestyle will be a lifestyle of deviation. Listen very carefully. The Bible says he changed the truth of God into a lie. And when you pervert the truth of God and make it a lie, then what follows from that is a system of perversion, a system of deviation. We didn't learn this freakish behavior in Africa. You cannot find brothers in Africa walking around with broken wrists. You don't find women in Africa running with women. We learned that behavior in our sojourn in America. So since we learned this behavior, we can unlearn this behavior. Again, there is a scripture that reads, as a man thinketh, so is he. If you make a man to think like a woman, we have seen that thought is so powerful, it projects itself totally on the man's brain, and it begins to reshape the material so that a man who thinks like a woman, his face, his features, his movement, everything about him begins to change according to his thoughts. So the scripture says, behold, I make all things new. So we must get rid of the deviation and bring man back to the natural order in which he's created. And the only way to do that is to place in man's brain a new thought. And that new thought will bring up a new idea. And that new thought and idea will reshape the matter of the man, change the form of the man, change the expression of the man. There is no such thing as a homosexual that cannot be changed. There is no such thing as a lesbian that cannot be changed. Almighty God, Allah, is here to change us all up again into a new growth and to bring us back to the natural order in which we're created.
Not just the ones that act like us, not just the one that lives like us, because he believed and we believe that we all can be redeemed. Because the same way that homosexuality is wrong, the same way that being with a man and a woman with a woman is stopping us from producing a strong nation, abortion is too. Killing your brother in the street is too. Stealing and robbing for your brother is too. Lying on your brother is too. Slandering is too. But he still tries to redeem the people. So it's easy for us to pick and choose things that we aren't personally doing, but your auntie just had an abortion. Your cousin just had an abortion. You're not making videos about them. You're not making videos about the brother who's forcing this other woman to get this abortion. That's killing the nation as well. Because the same way you brought up the scripture saying stone these different people, well, when Jesus came out, didn't Jesus say, let he without sin cast the first stone? Why you didn't bring that up, Poppy? That's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan is teaching us, man. Yeah, we understand that. We don't condone that. And matter of fact, I don't even understand why he's bringing up this argument, because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has put Dr. Wesley even on a tour. And he has Dr. Wesley Muhammad going all over the world talking about how this being homosexual is from the white man. They have been tampering with the chemicals. They've been tampering with the weed, feminizing the black man and masculinizing the black woman. He's not saying that when you smoke it, you're going to be gay. What he's saying is that it's messing with your testosterone. So Dr. Wesley Muhammad has books. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has put up the book. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has told everybody to go watch Dr. Wesley Muhammad, who's been attacking thing that the white man is doing, weaponizing the weed, weaponizing these chemicals, making our people think that they are homosexual.
With the confessions here, you and I can understand it for what it is. A spawn of the white man's science. The black homosexual phenomenon today that has black outnumbering whites, Asians, and Hispanics as self-identified gays. That phenomenon is a spawn of white science, and in this document, we have the science laid out. An important section in this document: experimental induction of sexual inversions in non-humans. Sexual inversion. What is a sexual inversion? Well, we can illustrate that best if you think of Young Thug and Young M.A. You got Young Thug and Young M.A. in your mind? That's sexual inversion. Sexual inversion is transgendering. So, in this document, the science by which sexual inversions were produced in the laboratory and then moved out, what they call in vitro, in the lab, and then moved out in vivo, in real life, the science to doing this is laid out here.
He's not saying we're okay with how you're doing it. He says that, okay, you like that, but you can be redeemed. You can come as you are, but you cannot stay as you are. This has always been the view that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has had. Another thing, here recently last year, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan spoke at, I forgot which college it was specifically, but it was at the African Black Coalition. During that, he talked about how this isn't how God ordained us to be. This is not how God made us to be, and this is not a natural thing. This is something that's being messed with through the chemicals. They are chemically making us think that we are doing this. For example, you have these commercials and they're telling you that if you start to feel suicidal thoughts, call the doctor. Now what they are indirectly telling you is that these chemicals can make you think things that are not natural. These chemicals and these pills and these medicines and all this stuff that we are taking inside of our bodies, it can change us.
Wait a minute. See, the enemy, now don't run away from me. I'm not against you. I don't care what your sexual preference is. I'm your brother, not your judge. I love you. But I know the enemy doesn't. And as long as you love each other, you won't procreate. So that means there's no more black people coming. And if he can make us as men love other men, then where are you? Make you as a woman love other women. Where's the future of our people coming? We have a nation to build. So I don't want anybody who is LGBTQ to think I'm talking down to you. We're not going nowhere without you. You are some of the most brilliant of our people. But the enemy is a scientist of evil. Have you seen this commercial? If you take this pill and you find out that you're developing breasts, stop taking it immediately. Just a pill. Dang, that's chemistry for you. These are masters of chemistry.
So that's what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been exposing. Matter of fact, the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan also spoke out against Obama when he accepted the same-sex marriage.
He's older than time itself. Yes, sir. You mean to tell me he doesn't have a right to tell you how to live the life that he gave you? Are you telling me that his sovereignty is nothing? That what society says means more than what God says? Then reverend, synagogue leader, Catholic priest, is this the book that you say you believe in? But now you backing down from an aspect of it because people will get offended? You got Muslims now. I don't know how the hell they could call themselves Muslim. And they involved too. You know damn well they're not Muslim. They were set up by the enemy to create confusion in the ranks of the righteous. Here's Newsweek magazine with President Obama on the cover with the colors that represent the gay community as a halo over his head, and it's saying the first gay president. Now you think they're not mocking him? The first gay president. I've never heard from Michelle that our brother, yes, sir, was absent from duty, but he's the first president that sanctioned what the scriptures forbid. Why is it that all you politicians take your oath of office on the Bible? If the book is no good, what the hell are you using it for? To take an oath of office to uphold not the Bible, but the Constitution. But the Constitution comes out of their recognition of the value of this book.
Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan has never changed his stance on this. What he's basically saying is, I love my brother, but I do not love what you're doing. I love you, brother. I love you, sister. And I'm going to, as a man of God, and I'm going to, as a brother, going to try to redeem you and give you as much information as I can, but I'm not accepting that lifestyle. So Poppy's saying he's supporting homosexuality and he's a hypocrite. Brother, you are false, brother. That is incorrect. You have never seen the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan said, I'm okay with what you doing, brother. Keep on doing that, brother. Don't let them judge you, brother, because it's okay with you. Show me one video. Comment in the comment section and show me one video of the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan saying homosexuality is right. Show me one video. Show me one lecture. Show me one Facebook post, one tweet of the Honorable Mr. Louis Farrakhan said living that homosexuality life is okay. We'll be here waiting forever because you can't find it because it ain't out there. When we wake up to the knowledge of self that he's been giving us, that's when we'll change. We can't keep blaming this community and what's going on in the black community on him. He's only one man. Yes, he's powerful, but he's powerful when you listen. It's just like us saying knowledge is power. Knowledge is power. Well, yeah, knowledge can be power, but that's only half of the equation. You can have the knowledge, but if you're not acting upon that knowledge, then it's not powerful. I can know that there's a fire around the corner. I can know that there's traffic on 35, but if I don't veer off and get on 20 instead, and I get on 35, ain't nothing powerful about that. I'm going to be stuck in the same situation that everybody else in, even though I had the knowledge. So the minister is powerful. The minister is reforming people, but you have to listen to what he has been saying. What I want to do also is show this other clip. This other clip, he tried to compare the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan to Dr. York, and he said that the minister hasn't done anything. He brought up the Million Man March, how the minister somehow got 20 million because there was 1 million people there and everybody probably bought something to drink and everybody probably bought something to eat. So that's 20 million right there. First of all, brother, I don't know if you ever thrown an event. I don't know if you know anything about economics, and you seem like a smart brother. You get on YouTube and all that type of stuff. But what I'm saying is you cannot possibly believe that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan profited $20 million. You think every time somebody bought a drink that went straight to the minister? You think every time somebody bought a shirt that went straight to the minister? You think every time somebody bought a bean pie that went to the minister? What kind of logic are we using right here? And do we understand that the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan used a lot of his money to throw these events? So just because a brother may make some money, that don't mean that that's what he profited. Matter of fact, the same argument came in 1995. What did he do with the money? And he got all this money and he didn't do nothing and he didn't do well, how much did it cost to put the event on? Bring the actual facts. You always talking about truth and falsehood. Bring us the whole truth. Write down what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam had to pay to put that out there. How much was the Jumbotron? How much was it to rent out that whole entire space? Put out the whole actual facts, and then let's see what he profited. And then let's see what he used to do it. Matter of fact, you can go online and look at the audit report of every single dime that was used and that was made from the Million Man March.
Let's take Dr. York and let's take Farrakhan. Dr. York actually, being that he's still a pedophile in my eye, he copped out to it, so there ain't no negotiating and none of the rest of that. Copped out to it, and on top of that, his medical records showed that he gave them children herpes. So now let's move right along. Farrakhan had a Million Man March, and at that Million Man March, everybody bought some water, hot dogs, t-shirts. Make a long story short, just to get something to eat, you spent like $20. That's 20 million right there. I ain't gonna even go into the clothing. I'm pretty sure he got paid from the vendors and everything else. He got paid from everything. Same with Mayweather do when he go to Vegas. Now you want to tell me this man had $1 million march, and in the process of him getting all that money, he ain't built not one school. He ain't opened up no land like Dr. York did. Dr. York would have bought land upstate New York in Atlanta and moved his community. Hey, Farrakhan has nothing to show for the money that Gaddafi gave him, but for the money that Castro gave him throughout the years, for the money that the people gave him. Farrakhan inherited an empire. We have not got revenge for not one black death on Farrakhan's watch. The only thing we get is a lecture, the bean pot. Keep that shit.
Then he brought up this, that he has no schools. The Nation of Islam has a school in almost every major city. The Nation of Islam in every mosque is a school. And you don't necessarily have to be in the Nation of Islam to be in his schools. So number one, the Nation of Islam in Atlanta just opened up a supermarket. And we also just opened up a new school in New Jersey. And we have thousands of acres of land, Brother Poppy, and we're producing organic food. Well, I didn't know that. Because you're too busy trying to find faults in the Nation of Islam. You're too busy trying to find faults in the minister, and you're not going to the mosque asking them about the Able Food Program. We have an Able Food Program, brothers and sisters. And on this Able Food Program, and on the website, we have organic chicken, broccoli, we have all kind of stuff. But unless you support it, then you will never know about it. The Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has created friendships for us, and we have organic food coming in from other countries and all kind of things because he's created these relationships. He has checked the fish for mercury and made sure that this fish isn't filled with mercury that will make us sick. So the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has been doing all these type of things, but if we too busy focusing on the negative, we'll never see the positive. So what we have to do is, when we go to the mosque, we have to order a certain amount of pounds. And once that community order a certain amount of pounds, then the food will be shipped in, then the pallets will be brought to you. But if you stand on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, criticizing the brother, criticizing the nation, and you think we ain't doing nothing, how you gonna find out if you never go and ask? How you gonna find out if you never go to the mosque, sit down and listen and try to build with one another? Come together on common grounds instead of trying to come together and beef. Come together and try to prove that we smart by finding little faults that we think we done found. So the minister indeed has schools. When he was in New York, he had A, B, C, D, E, F, all those kind of mosques, and every one of them have a school. So what are y'all talking about? I really don't understand that concept. I don't know why y'all think the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan hasn't done anything. Matter of fact, I was in Atlanta. During the Holy Day of Atonement about 2 years ago, and he found out that next door to the 10,000 Fearless, one of those brothers and sisters in one of those communities, they lost their house because the landlord put them out because they wasn't able to pay it. I found out by looking on social media that the minister, well, he even said it during his lecture. He said, I'm looking for the landlord. He found the landlord. Guess what he did? Paid it off. Put him back in the house. So little things like that you don't know because the minister isn't one of those guys who's going to tell you everything that he does. Saying that the minister don't have schools, saying that the minister ain't got no businesses, saying that the minister haven't redeemed anybody, we tripping on that. How many businesses are now up because of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan? Because we put him up because we was inspired by him. There's a brother Larry that has a school in a Project Second Chance where he is helping out students, and he's about to build another school on top of that. And he talked about specifically that I'm doing this because of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. This brother was in prison, and because of what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan told him when he met him, he is now carrying on what the minister told him and raising these things up. So the minister may not directly be doing it. He's 84. Of course he's not going to be doing everything. It's so many states in this country. Come on, man. You think the minister going to be every single place? But his word, his inspiration, his guidance has helped us do our job, and because of him, we doing our job. So all these brothers who not killing no more, all these brothers who not robbing no more, all these brothers who not deadbeats no more. Now the minister may not be paying somebody bill, the minister may not be taking care of the children, but because of the minister, these brothers are doing what they are supposed to do. So anybody who got a problem with the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan, man, and you try to make up these lies, man, you're only hurting yourself. Because as these people, as our people wake up, and they are waking up, and they start to do the research, and the more I interview these people and I bear witness, and we all bear witness to what the minister has done, they're going to look at you and say, man, what was you talking about? What did you mean? There's a school right here that's open because of the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There's a supermarket right here open because the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. There's another school. There's another school. There's some land. There goes another restaurant popping up. All these different things are open because they was inspired by this man. Why are you hating on him? So be careful, brothers and sisters. And I'm not talking about a threat. But what I'm saying is, brother, you are hurting yourself. Sister, whoever y'all are, you hurting yourself when you speak out against the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan in falsehood. Now, if the brother say something or do something and you can prove it, show it on video, fine. That's your thing. But to lie on a brother, what you on? You acting like the white man. Yeah, you acting just like the white man, taking sound bites, taking little clips, taking it out of context like the Hebrew Israelites. I got some Hebrew Israelites that I'm cool with. But the brothers who are taking the minister words out of context, saying he said something that he didn't say, and then saying this brother is denouncing Islam and all. Brother, what are y'all doing? Why are y'all lying on this brother? He has never went after y'all like that. He always talks about unity. He always talks about how we're Israelites, Seventh-day Adventists, Jehovah, Christian. He's saying that to show us that, man, at the root of this, man, we are all one. As the original man and woman on this earth, all of this stuff came from us, man. So these are things we got to understand, man. And to Brother Poppy, man, I don't get it, man. I understand you're hurt by whatever your situation is. I haven't got deep into your situation, but I know from what I've been seeing, man, on these videos, man, especially this interview from Sinetta, it seems like, brother, you a little lost on what the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan has done. And I seen another video where you said you was with him or you walked with him and you did some work with him. So I don't know why you even lying on this brother like that. And when it comes to the Million Man March, if y'all got anything to say about the Million Man March, comment below. Give the people the whole truth, not a little truth. See, that's what the devil do. Mix truth with falsehood. Give half truths to throw the people off. When you comment and you talk about this Million Man March, write down, comment every dime that the minister had to spend to put that event on. Give every dollar that somebody had to spend to put the event on, then talk about what somebody spent. And Brother Sinetta and anybody else who have ever thrown an event should know what I'm talking about. Just because you get money don't mean that you profiting. I may spend $2,000 to rent out a venue and 50 people may show up and y'all may say, well, 50 people done showed up. Everybody probably bought a drink. That's 10. Okay, 50 times 10, that's 500. He done made $500 off the people. What are he doing with it? Well, if you put down the actual facts and the mathematics, the brother is in negative because he spent $2,000 and only gained $500. So if you're going to talk about the minister, give us the whole entire truth. And as always, thank you all for watching the Brother Ben X Show. And if you would like to subscribe to the Final Call newspaper, please go to www.brotherbenx.wixsite.com/finalcall. And if you would like to support me, go to www.patreon.com/brotherbenx. Thank you all for watching the Brother Ben X Show. Stop lying on the Honorable Minister Louis Farrakhan. And again, I'll be back at you soon. Peace.
I feel like in 2013, the web didn't value people who made content. And the idea behind Patreon was solving that problem. How to pay creators what they should actually be making, what they're actually worth to the world, and how the world should value art and how the world should value artists.
Patreon is a way to show your support and that you believe in our future.
If you don't know what Patreon is, it's a really cool way for fans to become patrons of the content they love.
And so what I love about Patreon is that it's inspiring that collaboration, not just between artists, but between artists and their audiences.
The incredible folks at Patreon have built a platform that allows us to create extra special experiences for our PTX family.
Patreon is monthly payments from fans to creators so that creators can keep doing what they do best, just making great stuff. And that gives creators a salary so that they can be professional full-time artists. It's those fans whose lives creators change that use Patreon.
Get your money, man. Get your bread up. Gotta do for yourself. Know you fed up. Get your study on. All praise be to God. Stay read up. God never let up. Everyone that I'm around already know what I'm about. Build heaven on earth. Gotta catch up Elijah, Muhammad Ali, Farrakhan, Malcolm X. Now, man, what about me?